You're listening to Bad Jew, the place where there is no such thing as a bad Jew. And as you can tell by this video, it's actually starting off very differently than previous episodes. And that's because this particular episode is not your standard interview. As a matter of fact, it's my going away announcement in the form of a speech that I gave at my going away party. I gave this speech, I talked about this bold discovery I made, and I talked about the 3 rules that apply to this discovery that have ultimately changed my last in the past year, especially in a post-October 7th world. As you can tell by this episode, it's a very bittersweet transitional phase. Some housekeeping items include the fact that we will be continuing the podcast in Israel, but it will be coming from Israel during my studies. We'll see if I can maintain the frequency of doing it once a week. I really hope I can maintain that. In the meantime, this podcast highlights a particularly pivotal time in my life, and I'm really excited for you guys to listen to it. Thank you so much for tuning in all these years. Thank you so much for giving me the platform to speak and to learn about Judaism and Torah. And I'm so excited to continue to advance these studies from Israel in Yeshiva. Enjoy.
I'm not standing up here for any authoritarian reason. I'm standing up here because I'm short as fuck. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you are.
We love you, Chaz. I just want to say to everyone, it's honestly really touching to have everyone here at this meaningful event. It's my last Moishe House event, but it's also my going away party, which means that it might very well mean the last time seeing some of you guys for potentially a year. And you know, for those who are only finding out now, I'm going to Yeshiva for a year. I'll be living in the old city of Jerusalem. You know that famous synagogue with the golden menorah? My apartment's right next to it. And then I take a 2-minute walk, crazy commute, past all the old Jewish ladies, and then I get right to my yeshiva, and that's gonna be my life. It's gonna be between those two minutes right there. But I'll be living that, and I'll be working on refining myself, working on learning Torah, and going in many different ways. But before I get to what I really want to say, I want to acknowledge the people that are here. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my amazing roommate, Danielle. My other roommate, Lucy. Please have her in your prayers. Her name's Lucy Beckett. So she had a tumor. Thank God it's benign. She got it removed. She had an operation, and so she is currently in the healing process. Thank God that she's finally got the operation, but she's still healing. So please have her in your prayers. Next thing is, one of my favorite things, this is what I used to do before I was in Moishe House, when I hosted my own game nights at the old place in Palms. My favorite thing to watch was watching my worlds collide, where like all my high school friends would come, and then like random friends that I met in Moishe House would come, and Aish people would come. And you know, I want to give shout outs to different factions right now. So I'm gonna just like, I'm gonna give you a prompt. It's gonna be easy to follow along. If you traveled to Europe with me in 2017, give me a hi-hoo! Hi-hoo! Here we go. Excellent. If you have been to Venice Moishe House before, give me a hi-ya! Hi-ya!
Oh my God.
That was pretty good. Wow. If I met you at Aish Lit, give me a fist bump.
All right.
I'm sure there's also some up there too. Who else? What can I say? What other factions have I missed? If you are in the Jewish veggies group, give me an animal sound. Ah! I don't know what animal that was. I just like freaked out. We'll say that was like one of those like screaming goats. Okay, so next thing I want to say, you know, I just want to say it's really touching to have you all here. It goes without saying that this year has been an incredibly difficult year for Jews. And it's been a really... Alexa, stop. I don't know why Alexa was playing, that was weird. It was distracting. But, you know, it's been a very tumultuous year for Jews around the world. Not just in Israel. But also we just saw the pogroms in Amsterdam. We just saw, you know, Sweden had their own mini version of it. We've had these crazy violent riots that have happened across America. When I was there in Israel 3 months ago, I saw things that fundamentally changed the way I see the world and the way I saw the trajectory of my life going. And, you know, I knew that at some point I'd have to go back. I knew at some point from that trip I would go and live there, just a matter of when. But if, besides the fact that I'm man bumless now, I'm like completely diametrically different than who I was a year ago.
You gave it to me, sorry.
Okay. sorry. It's like Alexa's still mouthing off. But I can share examples in a more personal setting after the speech. But I think one thing that I really came to understand from this year is the meaning of life, and that's a bold thing to discover. And I don't mean to come across cocky when I say that, but I know wholeheartedly that I figured it out. And I want to share it with you. And there's a lot of essays out there, and there's some books out there, and it's like if there's a book that has more than 2 words about the meaning of life, then it's already gone. I'll tell you that right now. And so I want to share it with you, and I want to share it with you with a metaphor that everyone who had traveled Europe with me will remember, the ship of Theseus. Remember talking about this? Anyone here ever heard of the ship of Theseus? Okay. For those who don't know, ship of Theseus, it's a wooden ship that sets sail from the port city of Theseus. And it goes around the world, and it's basically a giant pirate ship, if you will. And it's made of wood. And the thing is, water and wood doesn't work well together, so naturally there's going to be rotting pieces of wood, and if they let the wood rot enough, the ship will sink before it makes its voyage all the way around the world. And what inevitably leads the crew to do is they have to replace the rotting pieces of wood with new pieces of wood that they come across at different stops along the way. So they chop down trees whenever they get there, they buy wood, they buy lumber, whatever they need, they replace it to the point where when Theseus makes it all the way back to its port city, it's no longer made from the original wood. So the question is the ship the same ship or a different ship? Same ship? Different ship? Anyone different ship? Raise your hand if it's the same ship. Raise your hand if you believe it's the same ship. Raise your hand if it's a different ship. Okay. Well,
is this for the same?
It's Schrodinger's ship.
So, yeah. Captain Morgan. What I've come to firmly believe is that it's a different ship. And it's helped me realize, especially this year, that I'm very happy with the amount of change that has come. So, without growth, you need change. In order to grow, you need change. And so that is the meaning of life, it's just to change. And if you look at every single rule in the Torah, it's all about how to navigate change. There's 613 ways to change. 613 ways to navigate change. And when I learned that, that's when I knew I had to go back to Yeshiva. Which I did 2.5 weeks, 3 months ago, and I met some amazing rabbis. I mean, a big pivotal moment was my favorite rabbi, Rabbi Berger. First class I ever took with Rabbi Berger, he points to me, he's like this very loving, angry vibe. He goes, "You, what's your name?" "Me? I'm Chaz." "No, that's your slave name, your real name." "Oh, Hanan. Are you a man or an animal?" "I'm a man." "No, you're not getting it. I'm an animal." "No, you're still not getting it. I'm both." "I knew you were smart." That's how he would talk. And so I can't wait to continue those conversations with Rabbi Berger and continue to build on an idea that's simple that turns into a complex day-long debate that can help me grow in a lot of different ways. And I'm really excited for that. So the meaning of life is to change. That's it. It's just 2 words. To change. You must change. So if I tell you to change, it's a very basic phrase. There's a lot of ways to change. People who just tell people to change, or people that say, "I'm going to change," when they make a New Year's resolution, it's a lot harder than it sounds. So I actually have 3 rules that I created in my journal. I've been journaling a lot this year. And so here's rule number 1. If you want to draw attention, grow a man bun. If you want to piss everyone off, grow a beard. If you want to get ignored, make a podcast. If you want to make everyone roll their eyes, go by your Hebrew name. If you want to disappoint your parents, become a vegan. Okay, now for the real rules. Rule number 1. If you're not the main character of your own script, it's time to rewrite your movie. Rule number 2. In a world full of easy decisions, make the hard ones. And rule number 3. Learn the difference between a decision and a choice. When you understand the difference between a decision and a choice, you'll be unstoppable. And so with that, I'm going to continue to work on my writings. I'm going to continue to explore so much. If anyone is in Israel this upcoming year, please stop by and say hi. I'll be right there in the old city. And it'd be great to just like get a coffee with you or something. And I'll FaceTime from time to time. There's going to be different semesters where I'll be back in town for a little bit. I'll make the schlep out back to LA to come see you guys. And I'll probably talk your ear off about some Torah concept I learned, some like whatever parsha is. And I'm stoked about it. And, tune into Bad Jew. That's a good way to hear my voice while I'm gone. And leave a comment. I'll comment back. I'll engage.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. But I just want to thank everyone for being here. I also want to thank DJ Sam Cole, DJ Skills. And thank all the really close friends that have had really a big impact on me. I want to give a shout out to a few people who have really had an integral part of this year. I already shouted out Sam, but Sam's actually a guy who time and time again has taught me compassion and forgiveness, and times when I didn't deserve it. I want to thank Eric for being a very motivating guy and for being a great role model as to what it means to be a really solid example of an incredible entrepreneur and someone who just stands out. I want to thank Sarah for the amazing friendship I don't deserve. I want to thank Aubrey for continuing to motivate me. She's been a catalyst for actually a lot of my growth this year. If you haven't spent 10 minutes with anyone tonight, please spend 10 minutes with her tonight. I promise you'll grow from just talking for 10 minutes. I want to thank, where's Ben? Ben. This year, when I was starting to consider keeping Shabbat, I came up with an idea and I came up with a weird pitch and I was like, Ben, can I come and you said shadow. Can I shadow Shabbat of yours?
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, sure. And you let me shadow. I think it's something that everyone should try to do. Try to shadow Shabbat sometime. It's a great time. So, thank you all for listening. I really appreciate it. If I haven't mentioned you, it's not because you're not special, it's because I simply have forgotten. It's like there's so many overwhelming thoughts and things right now. Thank you so much for being here. Let's turn up. Let's get on it.